Full time from St James's Park in the Premier League. It's my match review. It's finished. Newcastle United 1, Leicester City 2. If you could please be kind to subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to get to 3,500 subscribers. The support has been really good on the videos recently, and if you could help me along to that subscriber mark, that would be massively appreciated. I am less than 50 subscribers away, so please do that. It's free. Now, on reflection of the game, am I gutted about the result, or am I on the side of Leicester City deserved it in terms of how they played? I'm a bit of both, if I'm honest. I think going into the game, I had expectations that we could have actually got something from the game. And if you watch the game back, we had more than enough chances to have got something from the game. I'm not saying, that we're going to win the game in terms of how we played, but the least we deserved, I would say, was a draw. Leicester City would know how good they are as a side. They like to pass the ball around really well, keep possession, hit you on the counter-attack with their pace. And Leicester City have had to work for all 3 points this afternoon. Normally against us in the past, it's been quite a routine win. Well, not so this afternoon. The lads have shown real fight, and I can't fault their efforts. Up front in the final third, we could be better. In terms of defence, not bad up until the second half, where we gave Leicester City 2 very, very easy goals. By the way, 2 good goals by Leicester, and that's what they're capable of doing. So Leicester City, grab a couple of goals in the second half, and you're thinking, well, for all that hard work, where's the game going to go? Are we going to just sit back and cave in and let Leicester City score 3, 4, 5, 6? No, we didn't. At 2-0, the lads kept going. Steve Bruce rang the changes, and Andy Carroll gave us a little bit of hope. Yes, Andy Carroll has scored. It's not a drill. Since returning back to the Toon, he's finally scored back in a black and white shirt for Newcastle, and it was a well-taken goal and gave us a little bit of hope that we could have got an equaliser from nowhere. There was plenty of chances towards the end with Andy Carroll again and Callum Wilson forcing Schmeichel into saves. Leicester towards the end were getting forward, looking for that third goal, but we seen it out. If you look back, at the 3 fixtures, Manchester City, Liverpool and Leicester, I don't think any Toon fan watching this would have went for Newcastle if even picked up 1 point against those 3 clubs, and we have done. It could have been 2, given the performance today. I just think, like I say, in the final third, we've got to be better. We've got to be braver, and we've got to stop being passive as well and aimless. I think first half, that was the problem. Leicester City were there for the taking. If you look at the starting 11, it wasn't a bad selection by Steve Bruce. There was a couple of problems I had with it, and the first 2 were Sean Longstaff and Miggy starting. I think Shelvey should have come in the midfield, and Jacob Murphy, who didn't really put a foot wrong. And you've seen that in the second half when he come on the pitch. He gave some real energy to our midfield, and Shelvey brings that experience. I know he's not the best at this moment in time, but you need experienced players against the likes of Leicester City. So going into the game, Newcastle, as usual, sitting in deep, but limiting Leicester to very little in terms of them getting forward and having shots on the goal. First half alone, I don't even think Leicester City had a shot on target. So that is massive credit to our defence. You'd like to see we get forward and work Schmeichel, but it's how Leicester went about the game. That's what everyone was rooting for Leicester for being favourites, for being where they are in the league, and that's what happens with the pressure. So Leicester, they had a chance through Maddison. He found some space around the Gallagher penalty box. He tried to fire one into the back of the net. He didn't, and it just went wide of the right-hand post. Darlow was stretched, and he was very fortunate. The defence got quite lucky, and that was sort of the tempo of the game, the mood, if you like, for Leicester City, just getting in, through with defence. But we kept shutting the door on them. Jamie Vardy did get put through by Maddison. However, was unselfish to try and pass it across to Tielemans, who misread it, wasn't expecting it. Rather than put his laces through Jamie Vardy, that move broke down. We got lucky and got the ball clear. So Leicester City, we're putting the pressure on. Jamie Vardy did, again, get put through. And lucky for us, the ball was in the back of the net. Carl Darlow was beaten from a tight angle, but Jamie Vardy, his pace, often, when I say gets past the last man, he was caught offside. The flag was up. So the warning signs were there for Leicester. Leicester were decent for the first 10 minutes, but then we started to open up the game. We started to be a bit more expressive, get out a bit more into Leicester City's end without really putting them under too much pressure. The only real chance that we had on target was Joe Linton's header, which, it was feeble, let's be honest. I mean, you could have put a 16-year-old keeper in with no experience and you would have saved that. But it's better than nothing, I suppose, and we got that shot off on target. But then I think the game itself was a bit scrappy in parts. Leicester, yes, on the break, but just closing them down. Half-time, 0-0. I feel like it's a fair scoreline, but I was expecting a bit more from ourselves, and I was expecting Leicester, to put the pressure on. And second half comes along. It only takes Leicester City 10 minutes to take the lead through James Maddison. And it's a good break by Harvey Barnes. He picks out Vardy on the right-hand side. He sort of darts into the penalty box. I think the closest to him is Fernandes. He needs to put a tackle in. Maybe he was hesitant not to make the tackle because Vardy may go down for a penalty, and plus he is very pacey. And he manages just to square that ball across to Maddison, who has the acres of space around the box of the Leazers, to just fire that past Darlow. Absolutely no chance. He just puts his lasers through it, and you question, again, the marking. Who was picking up James Maddison? But nevertheless, a good goal by Leicester City. Well worked. We know what they're about. On the ball, get it forward very quickly, pass, and then break and get in the box and score a goal. That's exactly what they do. And you're thinking, right, okay, this is not a good start by our lads. Steve Bruce does ring the changes. Miggy Armstrong comes off, Joe Linton comes off for John Joe Shelvey and Jacob Murphy, respectively. And I think that is a good move by Steve Bruce, because I don't think Joe Linton done much in the game, if I'm honest. Miggy was quite quiet, but then it was always going to be a difficult ask, for these lads to get shots away. Kasper Schmeichel and Leicester, the way they're set up. We did, try to have a go. We tried to get at Leicester as best as possible, but unfortunately, we got caught cold again on that right-hand side. Leicester breaking with Albrighton, and what does he do? Well, he squares it across to Tielemans. He's just outside the box. He's unmarked, and he just fires one beyond Darlow. I think Matty Longstaff is actually the closest to him, but nevertheless, it's a good finish by a very good player. I did mention him in my match preview. Darlow is not stopping that. He's literally hit that full force, an absolute power screamer into the bottom right-hand corner with bend. No keeper saving that, and it's a very good finish by Leicester. Probably what they deserve in terms of the balance of play. Leicester coming out second half, having to go. And that's what Leicester do. It was two shots on target, 2 goals. That's what clinical sides do. And Leicester City are not, in the top 3 by accident. They're there because they deserve to be there on the football they play and how clinical they are with the players that they have that score decent goals. And I'm not saying that, we're defended bad in the game. The 2 goals are poor by our, point of view. We should get closer. But we've just been let down by, 2 moments of switching off. So Steve Bruce sees that we're 2-0 down. He brings on Andy Carroll. At the time, you're thinking, why Andy Carroll? What does he bring to the side? Why not bring Dwight Gale on, off the bench when he's got a bit of pace? I mean, you could look back now and think, why was Joe Linton starting rather than Dwight Gale, who brings you that energy, that pace? But it worked. Newcastle got a free kick through Matt Ritchie on 82 minutes. The ball comes in. Leicester try to clear it, and it falls nicely to Andy Carroll, who just slots it in beyond Kasper Schmeichel into the bottom left-hand corner. Game on, 2-1, and Leicester are rocking at this stage. And obviously Jamie Vardy's not on the pitch. He's long gone off. So we'll put some pressure on. We'll try to, get it to 2-2. I can't fault the effort. And we're putting balls into the box, just not to be. Andy Carroll come close. And Callum Wilson also forced a save by Kasper Schmeichel. So, at 2-1, they didn't have it all their own way. Even at 2-0, Leicester didn't have it all their own way, despite having, a lot of the ball. But Leicester, were trying to break on us, trying to get that 3rd goal. But in the end, it finished 2-1 to Leicester City. And listen, I'm not going to complain too much about the result. I'm just gutted that we couldn't get the point that maybe we possibly deserved. But for 2 moments of switching off in that second half, that's what's cost us, and it could have been a different game. But I take nothing away from Leicester. They're a very good, well-drilled side. But I can't fault the fight of the lads today. As mentioned, we need to be better in the final third, because if we don't, then we're going to be down there come the end of the season. We still do have a good gap on Fulham 8 points. However, given the fact of the three fixtures that we've just played, there has been massive improvements. Liverpool, decent, got the draw, but it was never really going to happen again, against a very good Leicester City side, and they punished us. In that second half, we just sat in too deep and we got found out, unfortunately, and that's what happens in football. But listen, there was good performances out there. I thought, the Longstaffs played quite well. Like I say, you could argue for the second goal. The defence was decent. I thought Yedlin had another decent game. Wilson was trying. A few quiet performances by Miggy and Joelinton. Changes need to be made in that FA Cup game against Arsenal. But, there is positives, that you can take for the game against Arsenal, that we didn't give up and that we did try till the very end, because the way it'd been before Liverpool, this game could have been 4, 5, 6, 7. On the chances for Leicester, it could have been. However, rock solid as usual. Darlow, again, unfortunate for both goals. I don't think he's saving either. But, that's football. That's just the way it goes. But, yeah, I'm just looking back at the game and I'm thinking there was a chance missed. If we just stayed focused, throughout the second half, which was never going to be easy, then we could have got a couple of points, from Liverpool and Leicester City. But we've proven it over these two games that we can, stay in games, that we can fight, we can defend. It's just moments of lapses of concentration, that's cost we. But listen, Leicester City were by far the better side second half, but for that last 8 minutes plus stoppage time where we put, a bit of pressure on and got that goal and made a real game of it. And I don't know if you Leicester City fans agree with me in this review. If there's any Geordie fans watching this, let me know what you thought about that game. Did you see some fight? What went wrong? What went right? Let me know down below in the comment section. So yeah, it's finished 2-1 to Leicester City. Be sure to subscribe to my channel if you don't mind. I am trying to get to 3,500 subscribers. It's free and I'm trying to push the channel this year. So I'll just be kind if you could please just push that subscribe button. Like I say, less than 50 away now. And yeah, we're going to get there. We're going to get there. Trust us. So if you are new, again, don't forget to hit the like button on this video. Just gets the video out there. Push that notification bell so you never miss a video from myself. Because if you don't do that, you'll just never know when the next video is out. Drop your comments down below and follow me on Instagram and Twitter, Toon TV. And I'll see you all for the Arsenal preview with Arsenal vlogs in the middle of the week. So take care, stay safe, and hop with the lads.